Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new series here at Random Distractions. So the last one was pretty action-packed. If you missed it, that was Spec Ops: The Line. It was actually a really fun game to play and pretty exciting, and the story was seemed pretty straightforward and then just got really complex. But now we're gonna slow it down just a little bit, and we're gonna start this new series on Firewatch. So let's get into it. I saw Julia. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. So what's your, major? You're pretty. Let's go a little more direct. You're pretty, she says coolly. You are not. You are a future hangover. What? You reply confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Alright, maybe I'm supposed to get into the truck. Just wanted to explore a little bit. Oh, what's this? You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in, you share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Well, let's give her the one that she loves. You pick up the beagle and she names him Bucket. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some, a couple of little idiots. That would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. So the first game that I played was A Plague's Tale, and that game looked really good. The second one was Spec Ops: The Line, and for being an older game, 2012, I think it actually held up pretty well. And Firewatch, even though it's simpler looking, it's still, I mean, I think it looks really good. It's very pretty. The forest looks really nice. And the overall presentation of the look of it just looks good. It's almost like a very good animated cartoon or something like that. So, and I have heard that the story is really what drives this game, and so far it's kind of an interesting way that they're doing the backstory, where you're deciding some of the decisions of what happened in the past. So it looks like we're on the thoroughfare trailhead. Do not forget to check in. No fireworks. Thoroughfare trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. And bear country, eh? Okay. Let's take a look. $19.80. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. You get mad. You ignore her. You get mad. You call her an inconsiderate asshole. She tells you to, whoa, alright, and to not be such a baby. You call her selfish. She knows you mean it, and it hurts her feelings. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man. You frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. I'm gonna pose and flex like He-Man. You look awesome. So I wonder what year it is now. It started in 75 and it's up to 1980. Yeah, just look at those God rays. It looks pretty cool. Two Forks Lookout Tower, 8 more miles. 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from far away places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Oh no. Bucket gets kicked. Bee-ba-ba. The dog. Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away, you beat his face in. Scare him away. So I wonder if she has like Tourette's or something. You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all 3 of you. He runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids, get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job. Agree if she commutes back and forth. Ooh, those are tough choices. Yeah, either one of those are not the best. So let's go with agree if she commutes back and forth. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. 1985. Julia sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. That's not good. She was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. Nah, man, you gotta figure out what's going on. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried about Julia, or they're worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. That stinks. There's the He-Man pose. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility. You are determined to take care of her by yourself. Man, that's a really tough choice. I have to think of you love this person, but she's deteriorating really bad. You're trying to take care of her, but also having a nurse come by and try to take care of her. Should you get her into some place where she can be cared at full time, or try to risk it and do it yourself? Full-time care facility. It's the next day, huh? Wow. All right. A deer or something, or an elk. Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day, then every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I will cut your... Oh, okay. Don't even want to say it. You slowly decide to not see your old friends that much. 1989. Julia's sister Susan moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by. Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less, and seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer is coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. wonder, will the game let you take a look over here? It looks like there's almost like a lookout area here. Yeah, and again, even though it's the art style is pretty simple, it's still a very, very pretty game. But all right, well, before I go into the lookout, I think I'll end the video here. Thanks again for joining me. I thought I saw it say something. Where? Okay. But thanks for joining me on this new series for Firewatch. The story definitely sounds really deep and good so far. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on from this point on. But so would appreciate a like, of course, for the video, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when the next video drops. And until then, hope you have a good one.